Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, October 8th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in using charts and learning about how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, and that means that each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, we are looking at TMQ. Quite the big move on this one today as it had all that news, and now we have some very key technical levels. So the first level here that I think stands out and that a lot of people will be watching, so this is not some sort of great discovery on my part. I think a lot of people will be watching it, and I make that comment because when a lot of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very dynamic movements, and that's what we have right here at $7, and we'll call it 30 cents. Again, no guarantees, but is it valid? Is it worthwhile to think that there's a possibility if the price gets up there and breaks through it, that break in of itself could create additional buying pressure? Absolutely. Again, is that guaranteed to happen? No, but is it a valid question to throw out there as a possibility? In my opinion, it absolutely is. So keep an eye on $7.30 as that key area of resistance. And then in terms of levels of support, main level to watch if this pullback here continues right here around $6.40. And what pullback am I referring to? Well, right here you can see that late day today, there has been a bit of a pullback. But again, nothing can go straight up. So I'm not saying this pullback in like a bearish sense, but just in an overall sense that there is a bit of a pullback. Now, if the price comes down here to 640 and then just crashes down below there, okay, that's where things get a little bit more shaky. But as of right now, it's just been pretty much an entire afternoon of back and forth. And now it's just a question of can the price eventually get the break to the upside? We'll see what happens. Next one here, ticker symbol BURU. And like I said, this is why I like to use when the markets are open. Check out as I speak. This thing is absolutely booming the final 30 minutes, pushing new highs right there as I speak. So yes, definitely a very good day. And these levels here that I talked about previously don't really pertain anymore. So we'll get rid of those and we'll start off from fresh here. So the newest level and what I would call the ideal level of support, when you say, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest moving forward? That would be if the price can stay up here above 40 cents. Now, don't get me wrong. If the price falls below 40, I'm not saying the entire chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that. But yeah, if the price could stay above that area, that would definitely be a great sign of power. Taking a step back, though, and looking at things from the bigger picture point of view, that is where the purple line there comes into play, the 50-period simple moving average. Keyword being moving, because I totally understand right now, this level is pretty irrelevant given the price is way up here. This line's way down here. But as time goes by, that line's going to move itself higher and higher and get more and more relevant. So from an overarching standpoint, as long as the price does stay above that purple line, then the overall trend still remains perfectly in the upwards direction because nothing can go straight up. There will be pullbacks. That's just how the market flows and works. But as long as all pullbacks stay above that purple line, then in my opinion at least, the bulls are still in full control of the chart. In terms of areas of resistance, no need to overcomplicate this. Just ask the question, where's the party stop? And the party so far has stopped right up there around the, let's call it the 50 cent mark. So 50 cents will be the key battleground, but that's very loose because like I said, right now, the price is essentially in blue sky breakout territory. But if you wanted just kind of a general idea of where some resistance could potentially be, right up there at 50 cents. But all in all, anyway, look at it, very, very impressive day. Next one here, OPEN, and overall, not the greatest movement here to see the price and how it dropped quite a bit from where these highs were. So this was the high yesterday, and then it came down to that level right there at 913. Fell all the way back inside of the sideways channel. But to give credit where credit's due, the price has now recovered back upwards, and it's trying to, and again, as I speak, you can see this green candle here is poking its head upwards. So that is a good sign from the bigger picture standpoint, because from the overarching standpoint, what the whole goal today, or today, in my opinion, at least from the technical standpoint, was staying outside of this channel. The price had been stuck inside of this channel, and then yesterday the price broke up above it, and then today, like I said, dropped all the way back to basically the midpoint. But now the price is trying to work itself back outside of the channel, which is what you want to see. Again, assuming you care about the overarching standpoint, if the price does fall back in here, does that mean it's the end of the world? It doesn't. It just means that the price and all the progress that was made back on Monday has been wiped away, and it's kind of back to the drawing board because you're back inside of that sideways channel. But like I said, as of right now, the price has recovered back. It's trying to push back and up inside of this portion of it and maybe make another run up here. So yes, good movement here. Very nice final 30 minutes. Next one here, SOXS. Again, I'll say that again. SOXS right there. And we have ourselves a nice little pattern here. So let's get this pattern drawn into play. So the top part of the pattern, I'm going to help to use this with my angle of the trend line. There we go. So we have the top part of the pattern right here. We have the bottom part of it right there. Just let's try to make it a little bit more symmetrical. There we go. Let me change that to green to represent support. And then just to make the pattern easier to see, let's keep it all the same color. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the big explosive move right here. For you golfers out there, try to make it a little bit more visual. Put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's bullish does not mean for sure guaranteed if it comes up here and breaks through there that it's going to get a big momentum breakout. But my point is it valid? Is it a rational question mark to throw out there that if this price can't get the break to the upside, that could indeed create more upside buying pressure? That it's absolutely a possible scenario. So if you like bull pennant patterns, you like the price range down below the $5 mark, then certainly keep an eye on it. Next one, DVLT, and I'm going to go through this one much quicker because you just heard me talk about it, but same pattern, and I want to respect your time as much as possible. So let's start with the lower part of the pattern, start there with the green line for support, and then we have this upper portion of the pattern right there. And then just to make things easier to see, let's keep it all the same color. So we have our area of resistance, we have our area of support, we have the huge explosive move right there. We have the golf hole down here. So we're looking at yet another bull pennant pattern. So bull pennant. And like I said, if you like this price range down below the $5 mark, here you go. But all in all, definitely get a couple of choices if you're somebody that does enjoy trading those bull pennant patterns. Real quick, want to take a break and help you solve a very annoying problem out there, and that has to do with people wanting to be day traders, and I'm defining day trader as being able to make as many trades as you want every single day. No limitations, no three-day trades every 5 days, nothing like that. You can make as many as you want, and you don't need a whole lot of money at all. Now, I do also understand if all this sounds a little too good to be true, which is why I invite you to check out my live stream, because this is exactly what I'm doing. So I put my money where my mouth is. And if you have any questions or just want to see it with your very own eyes, and like I said, swing by the live stream. I start every day at 11 a.m. Eastern, and then I go for a few hours. But yeah, come check it out. But please realize you don't have to put up with the pattern day trader rule. There are better markets out there that allow you to trade fantastic volatility with very little money at risk. So definitely check out the live stream and let me know if you have any questions. Next one here, RGTI, and we're going right back to that pattern. So third stock in a row with this pattern. So if you're someone that likes the bull pennant pattern, well, here you go. You have all sorts of choices with it headed in to Wednesday. So again, just because I can't help myself, let's keep it all the same color. So there's our resistance. There's our support. There's a nice upwards move. Now, this one's a little bit different because this is a multi-day. The past couple patterns have just been single-day bull pennants, but this one is actually taken into account 2 days worth of trading action. But nonetheless, there's a bull pennant pattern. So yeah, let's see if RGTI can get another break in the upwards direction. Next one here, BNAI, and I promise I'm not trying to do this, but some days this is just how the market works. You just have a bunch of the same types of patterns show up, and yeah, you guessed that we are looking at yet another bull pennant pattern. So again, I want to respect your time and just go through this as quick as possible. So resistance, support, big move up right here. Golf hole down here. So we're looking at another bull pennant. I would say the biggest difference here compared to the other bull pennants is this one is a penny stock. So if you like bull pennants, but you prefer to stick into the world of penny stocks, well, here you go. Keep an eye on BNAI. Next one here, GLTO. Crazy mover today. So for those of you that like a whole lot of volatility, this is definitely one that brings that to the table. So let's just map out this situation. So we have this lower trend line right here. And then on the same token, we have this very aggressive downwards trend line right there. And this is what I'm sorry. Got to get that up there. There we go. There we go. So this is what I would consider a falling wedge pattern, and falling wedges are kind of counterintuitive. You would think a falling wedge is a bearish pattern, actually a bullish pattern, whereas a rising wedge would be a bearish pattern. But as I mentioned earlier with all the bull pennants, just because something is bullish does not mean for sure guaranteed it's going to go back upwards. But definitely a very aggressive pullback here. And this one has the ability to move and move very quickly. So in my opinion, it's a more than valid question to throw out there. Hey, if the price can push up through that area right there, does that create another generation of momentum back to the upside? So if you like very volatile stocks, you like falling wedge patterns, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one here, NVDA, and overall a rough day. Now, keyword there being day, as in one day. As we look at multiple days here, you can see the price is still just simply consolidating at these higher levels. So it's not like today ruined the chart, But there is that aspect where if you're watching this one just strictly today and you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought, somewhere up around there and your plan was to buy and sell within 20 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, the chart looks really, really bad for you. But like I said, assuming you care about the grand scope scheme of things, sure, you had the big bounce up and then all of a sudden everything just, gave everything away. But like I said, overall, the price is still maintaining the key areas of support, namely right now doing a good job of staying above the 184.20 mark. So we want to keep a close eye on that. And then 187.30 remains that key level of resistance if the price does try to return back upwards. Temporarily, it was broken earlier this morning, but the price could not maintain above it as it dropped back below right there. So therefore, that 187.30 mark goes back to acting as resistance. And then yes, from the overarching standpoint, keep an eye on 190.50. But like I said, overall, the biggest thing that I want to convey is, yes, today individually, not so good. But assuming you care about multiple days, then from that vantage point, as we're looking here, the price is still doing perfectly fine. Next one here, TSLA Tesla. And from a technical standpoint, the chart is at a very, very, I don't want to say do or die level, but important level. And that has to do with this pink line here, the 200 period moving average. And you can see as I speak right now, the price is right here around this level, current value of the 200 period. Let's just call it right there at 435.50. So the big dynamic in my mind, and I think a lot of people are wondering the same thing, is what exactly is going to happen here? Are the bears going to take back over and start to get more pressure to the downside? Or is the price going to ultimately find some support and get a bounce back in the upward direction? Now, this is all still a kind of a narrow term viewpoint, because as I look at things from the bigger picture, even if the price does separate to the downside, yes, more so narrow term, a bearish scenario. But from an overarching standpoint, the price is still nicely up above this key area of support down here at 412. Now, if all of a sudden the price comes down to 412 and crashes through there, okay, that's a much different situation. That changes the conversation quite a bit. But as of right now, if the price does separate to the downside, yes, again, nearer term, that's a pretty bearish scenario. But it's not like it's destroying the entire chart. Things would get way more worrisome if the price would actually go down to 412 or the 411.50 and then break through there. Same thing here. If the price bounces, then yeah, that is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. But from an overarching standpoint, you don't want to get too excited until the price can prove itself by getting above these areas of resistance up around here. So it really just kind of is all about your perspective. But either way you look at it, it is still a very interesting dynamic nonetheless, with that big question, how is the price ultimately going to behave with the always important 200 period simple moving average? So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you are sick and tired of the pattern day trade rule, if you just want a market that trades even better than small caps and penny stocks and all that, then come check out the market that I've been trading and come swing by the live stream. Like I said, it's a better market. You don't have to worry about the pattern day trade rule, and you just can get involved with very small amounts of money, meaning you ultimately have very small amounts of money actually at risk. But I do understand if this sounds, okay, Clay, what's the catch? This seems too to be true. I get it. So like I said, come swing by the live stream and let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them live there. Or if you just want to ask me the questions down in the description area, that also works. Or excuse me, down in the comment section, that also works. So thanks for hanging out. Make sure you hit that like button and hopefully I'll see you on the live stream.